Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we're talking about Rust Console Edition, the new Recoil that's coming in. Say what? New update in about 2 days. Some of the glitches and things that have been happening here in Rust Console Edition, and the brand new update, the Desert, the geez, I can't say that, MLRS, or the Desert Base update. Say that 3 times real fast. I dare you. So yeah, we're going to be talking about all this stuff here. And again, this is for Rust Console Edition, soon to only be PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series, as this is all getting phased out, the old version, the legacy version of Rust Console Edition here at the end of October. Sad Panda, a bit bittersweet. I'm not really sure what the whole event's going to be quite yet, but we'll stay tuned for that. Okay, so a couple different bugs and things we're going to go over here before we go over some of the bigger news. The recoil changes, the cheaters being donezo. It looks like the Frankenstein table for the pet system, that's going to be for the Halloween. I don't think you can spawn that yet for the community server. So if Double 11's watching, please make it so we can turn on our good friend Frankenstein. There you go, look. Bleh. So essentially the Halloween stuff should be turned on relatively soon here on official branch, and we should all have access to this relatively soon. This doesn't take any power. It's just essentially a table where you put together these disgusting parts of Mr. Frankenstein, and you can build different pets. You hold your action button to interact with Mr. Frankenstein to do whatever. Okay, so so essentially if you don't have a table, you can't put them together. It's disgusting. There's like trays in there. Ugh. All right. To some of the other glitches that we've all been running into. As a matter of fact, the server we're playing on was plagued with this. The snapshot error. The ways to fix it are, well, the first one is change the server, as they did put out a patch, and it seems like most servers caught, but some didn't. Our server did not, so if you keep getting stuck on the snapshot, stuck on the snapshot, also 3 times real fast, here's what you do. Wait for the snapshot to load for about, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. If that doesn't work, cancel. Try it again. Try that about 6 times, and if that doesn't work, force close the game and open it, rinse, repeat until you get in. It can be almost immediate, or it can be about 30 minutes, depending. So, again, if you're in a position to switch servers, that might be the way to go, because I know when all of this update stuff came out, essentially we're all getting stuck on the snapshot, which was pretty annoying. So it was pretty hard to get most things done. Yeah, so that's how you fix it. That's what's going on. Okay, so on to this exciting update that's coming in. We have the MLRS. The Desert Base has this. Just one of these. Don't be scared. I know there's 2 of them here. They don't get to spawn anywhere. They only spawn there. These are only loaded with items you can find in crates. You cannot craft any of these items. I just want to show you real quick, not to be scared of this. I mean, it is cool, yes. And you also need a targeting computer. Also, something you need to find in the wild. So these can be countered with SAM sights. They are not that accurate. They do area of effect, so you can kind of see that these are really good for attacking larger bases. Ooh, that one was not targeted so well. Wow. Okay, well, my aiming's pretty bad. So anyways, essentially when you hit larger bases, these are really good for that, or softening up those defenses. So it helps us smaller players, small groups, solos, kind of soften up the target before you go in, because attacking Zergs are always on everybody's menu, I think. So these are pretty good. So, and you also see there's a cooldown afterwards. So technically, unless you're pulling a lot of aggro, you'll probably be good on this. So this will be another monument that you can go to, and you'll find this guy inside of that monument. You'll have to bring some high value loot inside. Stuff you cannot craft, you have to find in the world to actually launch it. If you have about 2 SAM sites to 3 SAM sites, you'll be pretty hard pressed to send rockets in. So just so you know, if you're trying to protect yourself against that, that's what it is. Don't be scared of it. It's pretty much an anti-Zerg, it's good for the small guys and medium guys. Yes, the big guys will use it, but it's so much harder to hit a small target. So that's what's coming in for us on the October 2nd. I don't know if I said that. October 2nd is going to be when this all hits PTB. Here's a little quick note. PTB cooks for about a month. That's testing staging branch. That's what PTB is, public testing branch. When it's done, it goes to live, so regular Rust. So at the end of October, we're going to see the MLRS, the Desert Base, inside of the game. But also, there could be a little secret inside of there. This has been spotted because I guess the community servers were misconfigured. The old traveling vendor. So we'll kind of have to wait to see in PTB if this guy shows up. These typically don't show up in the game files. I'm going to back up just a little bit. These typically don't show up in the game files until they're roughly ready to go. So I thought it was kind of interesting because this guy's dope. He should have come in with like our like the vending machine variable stuff. So it is roughly around that time. And if they somehow missed it the first time, it does make sense that this is coming in. Essentially, this guy appears randomly on the map. It'll be a broadcast, and you get some pretty awesome deals. And it does have a turret system inside of, so it's not exactly a safe zone, but good luck pulling on somebody around the old ice cream machine. It'll put you down pretty quick, but the deals are so good it really pulls people in. So it's essentially a mobile point of interest, making it's pretty much chaos is what it comes down to. It's pure chaos. So hopefully we see this. It was cited, I want to say, was it last week? And I guess some people spawned in, and people had admin, and this is like on official servers, and they're like, I guess we'll try to spawn things in. And that was one of the items, so I thought that was pretty cool. So we may see it here October 2nd for us. Also, get this. So the MLRS is coming, possibly Mr. Ice Cream Man, but also Recoil change is coming, essentially, in a handful of days. That's crazy. So I'll show you a couple different examples here in a second, but this is fantastic because not only do we have the anti-cheat system, it's called Rust Guard, I believe. Rust Guard's in, and it's been actively piecing people left and right, which I think is fantastic. But essentially, like every so often, people get to run with it for a little bit. There'll be consequences for it, but like essentially, if you're playing, you're like, look, if I have to deal with any of this, it's all bad, right? So essentially what this is going to do is this brings us up to speed with PC Rust. So it's not really an option of like, hey, do you want it or not want it? This is the way Rust is going. So we were going to get the new Recoil regardless. But what it really does is it really takes away, there's two ways you can cheat. So as far as I know. So mouse and keyboard, which I think Rust Guard is preventing a lot of, but also scripting. So essentially when you shoot, it kind of tightens everything up to the center because you know we have an S-curve for the, what is this? The AK. I had to think about it for a second. So a lot of people have those turned on, and they essentially are shooting like a laser pointer, right? Or even with, let's just call this a cheater toolkit. Let's call it what it is. Or with the M249, people doing multiple shots back to back, and you're just like, okay. There's no way you should have a scope on this thing and be landing multiple, like anything with precision, because this thing is ridiculous when it starts kicking. So essentially that's what scripting does. So those are obviously bad. It's all bad. Mouse and keyboard scripting, it's all bad. So what new Recoil is going to do, and I think a lot of people are confused about this because they're like, hey, we'll just make new scripts. I don't think you know how this works, son. This has an element of randomness built into it. So essentially, you can't predict always what it's going to be. So your script is going to be about as garbage as my normal pulling down. So you effectively is taking the utility of the cheating and throwing it out the window. So like, why would you risk your account, your skins, everything else, if you have like little to no advantage? So essentially it's like, okay, you could use it, but like, why would you do that? So essentially that's what it's going to do. It puts us in line with PC. So essentially, here, let me just show you. This is probably the most recognizable Recoil. So you know it's an S, but not anymore. It's going to be like this. And you're like, Jade, we could just put a script for this. No, no, no. It's going to be different every time you do it. So essentially, we're all going to be on a level playing field here pretty soon, which I cannot wait for. I didn't know the Recoil was coming that fast. And now let's go ahead and do this one. Just all over the place. So watch this. So yes, you can, again, I'm going to be using the Cheater's Toolkit, you know, a scope and an M249. If you shoot once, yes, it can be very accurate, but watch how this thing bucks. So as soon as I go 1, 2, 3, 4, like, yes, you can pull those down, but watch. I've had some people just go and land multiple shots back to back with precision. Watch, I can even try to pull it down. I am pulling it down. I am pulling it down. So you can see how the Recoil is really going to make a level playing field for most people. Now, yes, it takes away some of the skill gap that people had for doing the S-curve stuff, but let's be honest. Like, was it that big a deal? I mean, I think Rust is more about mastering an S-curve. So, and it's been in play for PC for quite some time, so I really don't think it's going to be that big a deal for most people. If anything, it's going to level the playing field and make things... I mean, the fact that we're not going to have, like, a lot of cheaters now is great, and it's going to remove even more of them. I'm all for it, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I could shoot with the S, I can shoot with the new Recoil, whatever. You know what I mean? Either way you cut it, I'm still bad at aiming, but at least I can get it done. You know what I mean? So yeah, very exciting that all of this is coming in. So essentially Thursday, this should all hit PTB, which I believe is October 2nd. If you saw on the dev blog, there was actually a little secret message on the MLRS. It said when the public testing branch was coming out. So that's very exciting. So new Recoil, testing branch. And again, all of this stays on testing staging branch. So it's a separate download. If you didn't know, you have to actually go and download the new PTB or whatever. And then you can load those servers in, and then you get to see the new stuff. Sad news is we don't have any of our skins over there. Boo, sad panda, don't like that. But it is what it is. Essentially, it's going to be released at the end of October. Dude, October is shaping up to be a crazy month. We have Arc Raiders coming out. We have, what, in like a week and change, we have Battlefield coming out. We have these changes coming out. And let's not forget, after October's done for Rust, we're going into the Arctic research base, which is our next big update. So again, remember, we're getting those monthly updates, which is fantastic. So boom, boom, boom. And DLC. We just got our Barrel DLC and our, what is this, the Frontier Hazmat Suit DLC. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff that's coming through. I mean, basically DLCs at every corner. Every month, at least a DLC. I mean, there's quite a bit over on PC, so there's plenty of time for us to catch up. And remember, DLC is not like a limited time thing. It's always there. So once they post it in the store, you can buy it whenever. So if you're a little strapped on cash, a little tight this month, it's all good. Like, you can buy it whenever you want to. And I would strongly recommend, if you haven't already seen it, I would suspect most people have, the Barrel DLC, right, for just the deployables, probably the most worth it, because you can jam loot rooms. These are essentially large boxes, and you can make loot rooms extra tight with the barrels. Like, we're talking 5 per shelf. It's pretty crazy, so it's definitely worth your time. A little ugly and rusty, but hey, if it holds loot, I'm all for it. So yeah, that's what we have so far. Things are bumping here for us. Things are bumping in general in October, let's be real. So mad excited to see this. Be sure to tune in. We'll be live streaming the PTB update when it happens. If you're looking for a good early auto smelter, and I'm talking level 1, 20 minutes into the wipe, go ahead and check out this early auto smelt video here. It should already be up on the end screen. I hope we'll see you in the next live stream /video or on our custom server. All right, love you. Bye.